Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? My name's Bobby Wilson, and you can't laugh at that. That's racist. We were going to decide to completely switch up the format this evening and reenact everything that we thought was racist.
Super racist.
Super racist. Where do we begin?
Stu, probably. He just came up.
Yeah,
so Stu's, he had that picture of like the little kid poking out.
This is African child looking at water dish.
Right. But we're not going to do that tonight. We're not going to do that anymore. So
it's hard. It's hard to get up here and do that.
Yeah. So we are. It's just mean-spirited, and we're not about that. What we are going to do, though, for you and whoever, we are going to dance around as much as possible because there are two of us. You don't know where to go. But so my name is Mickey Pensino. I'm also one of the 1491s, and we're the 1490. Who are we? What do we do?
Who are we? Well, I'm Bobby Wilson. I'm Sisseton Wahpeton, Dakota from America. Perhaps you've heard of it. But we are the 1491s. And what are the 1491s, you ask? I mean, everybody goes, oh yeah, 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. It's a jingle that we have in what you people call the States. You people. 1491 is who we are, but 1491 is...
It's raw sex, mostly.
It's passion.
It's lust.
Betrayal.
It's nudity.
Mostly male.
No, sure. No, it's the, generally we often talk about the reclamation of Native American imagery because the colonial mindset has decided that it'd be a good idea to warp everybody's view of what Native America is.
Yeah.
All right. No cheers?
No, you're not into that? Well,
no, whatever.
Maybe you should take a look at some film clips of some of the work that we have done. Now, I have to warn you that this is a very sad film clip of unicorn Indians suffering. So please, take it with a grain of salt.
You want to know about indigenous?
Before we start, may I ask you turn that off?
Hey, I don't like you that much, but I'm just trying to help you. Honor song!
No, just one, and then we'll tell you it. Yeah.
It's about the 38 Dakota and how Lincoln was a douche.
And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
They are tried and trusted and good.
You won't get the part if we gotta turn this off because we have to show the director this.
Film away.
All right.
That was good.
All right, so that's us.
That was as brief an introduction as we could muster between the two of us in 4 hours.
No, we actually did get detained on the way up, and one of our guys didn't have a birth certificate, and we said, hey, TSA guidelines are such and such, and they were like, yeah, what's TSA? That does nothing to do with Canada.
Yeah,
and then we got sent off.
Sorry, we didn't realize. Actually, what's funny is that even being detained, the Border Patrol agent for Canada said, what is your purpose in Canada? To which we said, we're doing this thing, it's called TEDTalks.
Maybe you heard of it.
Oh, well, what's your idea worth sharing? Which really caught us off guard.
We're like, oh. Dang.
She pulled out a TED t-shirt.
Put a TED t-shirt on?
Yeah.
So,
I really didn't want to be like one of the only people of color that came onto this thing and say, yeah, we got detained on the way up here, but god damn it, here we are.
That's how it is.
On an international platform and everything.
Yeah. And we're the only ones who are late. We didn't rehearse yesterday. None of you people know what we're talking about, which is fantastic. But, that's the video that you just saw are clips from our videos. We do YouTube videos. We do, we go to schools, do workshops with kids regarding, particularly Native American kids, regarding their imagery, the stories that they want to tell. We put the cameras in their hands. And But we don't always do sort of silly stuff. We'll get commissioned sometimes to do PSAs from different reservations that have their own issues going on, their own, whether it be drugs, alcohol, domestic abuse, violence. We all, our main goal is to try and sort of put cameras and put into people's hands so that they can tell their own stories. And if we can facilitate that, we will.
But we do really appreciate enjoying ourselves on a daily basis. And if you look at some of the work that we've done, you'll see that the vast majority of the work that we do is comedy, because the reality is that just because we're not dressed up in buckskin right now doesn't make us any less Indian than we would be if we were at a powwow right now. And the truth is that our images and our stories are very important to us culturally and historically, and that translates into today. A lot of the work that we've done on the comedy platform has just really come out of us wanting to enjoy ourselves and put out the things that we think are funny. And a lot of comedy is making fun of the things that really just bug the crap out of you, or things that you're just really scared of, too. And it's generated a really surprising viewership online. Our YouTube channel right now, as it is, has over 1,200,000 views. And this is something that has really come at us originally as kind of a shock, because we thought that there were only 4 Indians in the world that had a computer. So we weren't quite sure how that happened. And there are 5 of us, so there's only 1 computer there. We know where that's at.
Yeah.
Who's stealing our computer and watching our videos over and over again? But realizing that we have been portrayed in the U.S. as these Hollywood Indians, and that persists with us today. And if it's not the Hollywood Indian, then it's the victimized Indian. It's somebody who needs saving by the dominant society, the colonial oppressor, as we see it. And the truth of the matter is that there are a lot of issues, and we try really hard not to focus on it, but sometimes you just have to get those things across. I grew up in a house of domestic violence myself, and I was in numerous battered women's shelters as well as youth homeless shelters. And that's okay, because I am who I am today, and a lot of wonderful people helped me through those types of things. And to be given such a platform to where many people that are in a similar situation can actually access from anywhere in the world and anywhere in their world the stories that we're trying to tell and really kind of identify with it is a really important thing, I think. And so now we've come to a point where the accessibility isn't just to the media that we're putting out, but we are also actually able to communicate with the human beings that are looking at our work. And some of them send us suggestions and things that they want us to tell. They want us to tell their stories. But we write them back and say, well, why can't you tell your story? We have our own stories. And now some people have asked us to please come and just show them how to use the camera and show them how to tell their stories. And some of them have some really important issues that they want to get across. And so this comes from a complete indigenous perspective. And the next video that I would like to show you is a compilation of some of the public community work that has come out of working with numerous indigenous youth all across the country, really. Let's take a look at that.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, be afraid, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. won't you stand? Won't you stand? Stand by me.
Thank you very much. That song was actually recorded in a restroom on the Rosebud Reservation, and that is Cody DeNoyer, who's a very talented young singer and hip-hop musician on the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota. That's in the States.
America?
America?
No?
We have
All right.
Miles?
They don't know? All right.
No?
Miles? All right. So one of the problems that we face daily when we're doing our work is, and our main thing that we go after is this idea of a sort of romanticized and mythologized Native American, or Aboriginal First Nations up here. From very early on, the sort of physical battles stopped in the States, sometime late 1800s, that kind of thing, and it became more of a war of, kill the Indian, save the man kind of thing, and it was all about crushing the culture out because it stood in the way of progress. And so it's one of the more effective things that came out of that in terms of the work that we do is this propaganda of either like a savage Indian or an overly peaceful and sort of passive Indian. Women in particular got kind of the shaft on that one, and it made Native Americans dehumanized. And the work that we do seeks to reverse that completely. It's all about the humanization of Native America. And the way that we do that is by, like we said, giving a voice to each and every. There are hundreds of individual tribes, and each one of them has stories to tell. They have cultures, traditions, things that we don't understand. We have started a campaign called the Represent Series, which is when we've been in different communities, tribes, we've put cameras into people's hands and said, or used them ourselves and said, what would you like to see? It goes in sort of direct contrast to the sort of Aaron Huey National Geographic thing where it's like, we're just going to showcase all of the sad. Look at this sad, poor, destitute Indian. And we're like, no, what do you want to see? What in when your culture is alive and vital and thriving? And so some of the things in the Represent series we don't even understand. There are some people from the Southwest states where the Pueblo girl throws some candy at some people, and we don't know what that's about. We have no idea. But Pueblo people down there will see it, and they'll go, oh my God, we see something that's completely from our culture in such a public forum as we're on YouTube. We broadcast ourselves there, and Facebook, Twitter. We have almost 16,000 followers on Facebook. We have 6,000 or 7,000 on YouTube and on Twitter, and it just sort of keeps growing every day. And so we've created these outlets for people to tell their own stories because it's not something that we can do. It's not our place to. And so the next clip that we're going to show you is from that series. It's from a Represent series, just so you have an idea of the kind of work that we've been doing. So.
I am grateful to my family. I am a rich girl, can't you see?
Thank you. So that was a number of clips. The Represent campaign also, those were primarily filmed with American Indian college students across the U.S. who, while on various college tours, we were able to interact with in their communities and kind of give them that, I guess, platform to really say what they wanted to say, but in kind of a clever way, because a lot of it is, in the U.S., a lot of us talk about walking in two worlds and you're in the white man's world, but you have to be in the Indian man's world too. And there's this kind of visual juxtaposition of somebody who's dressed in full jingle dress standing in the middle of a concrete forest, you know, and
Times Square, and they're dressed in buckskin. And
dressed in buckskin.
I'm lost. I'm so lost.
Yeah, lost. You can't find it.
Yeah.
But what we propose is that I am just as Indian right now as I stand before you, with or without a load of feathers popping out of my head. And, you know, sometimes I might take off all of my clothes and put on a breechcloth for somebody's enjoyment, preferably his. But it doesn't always necessarily work out that way. I was actually at my co-op that I'm a member of my local co-op.
Hippie.
And one of the clerks said to me, like, "Oh, you guys are going to a powwow?" She said, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" I said, "Oh, me and my girlfriend Natasha are going to a powwow, and it's gonna be cool, you know, just hang out." And she said, "Oh, I want to go to a powwow someday." I said, "Well, it's at the college, you know, you can come on by, anybody can show up." And she said, "That's not a real powwow." And I was like, "Oh, hell no."
So, you know,
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. Nice story, Bobby. Yeah.
Give me my cage-free eggs.
So, so one strange advantage, and I'm sorry that you're all here captive, that we have of being the last presenters, is that we can do this. We have a minute and a half left, but
Most of them don't know that that's a timer.
yeah, that's a timer right there. So, whatever. We're just gonna do away with that. So yeah, but that's
Aisha's backstage, like
oh. Yeah. So they're panicking right now. It's fantastic. So
all frazzled.
yeah. But hey, man, we have a forum and we're going to use it because the idea that we're really the big idea that we're really trying to fight is, you know, go cry over somebody else's tragedy because we're alive and thriving, man. We have absolutely like. You know, there's a lot of different issues going on, but the thing that gets forgotten in the middle of all those issues is that, you know, we're modern, man. We're human. We're here. So that's basically the thing. I guess I didn't need to do that because we're pretty much wrapped up. We actually succinctly said what we wanted to say.
Yeah, we probably only need that minute.
Yeah, we only need that minute because then we're going to show you our last clip just to show you, to leave you with some of our favorite little moments from our videos and dip out. You have anything else to say, Bobby?
Hell yeah. White privilege does exist. Don't forget that. And don't feel freaking weird about it either. It's okay. Acknowledgement and acceptance is the first step.
That's true. I have a problem. That's the first step. You just admit it.
All right.
You're good.
I'm looking at the whitest guy in the audience right now.
He's like, yeah.
Hey.
I'm privileged.
Yeah.
All right.
I own a house.
Yep. It's all right.
What's a house?
What is a house? All right. So our last clip, and then we'll come out and say goodbye to you, and then, you know, you guys can all go along in merry ways.
Yeah.
So.
Please enjoy this other compilation of our random doings.
I want to give you a song, brother. This song, oh Christ, if you use this song, I guarantee in about 5 seconds you're going to get all snagged up in all sorts of nasty ways.
Make our voices heard like we've never been heard before.
Shut up.
What's your deal?
This is the stuff that would make Crazy Horse jealous. Who is that?
What? You don't know who Crazy Horse is?
You know it. Yep. Hell no way. Here's what you do. Find a few Indians. Call our relatives.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Brother, sing us a song.
ask your cousins and your mom and them about that.
Thank you. And just so that you guys know, that last musical track was from a tribe called Red, who are from up here in Canada. They're freaking amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So, again, my name is Bobby Wilson. I'm Sistenwapton, Dakota. And this guy, I was waiting for you to talk.
They're like, who cares?
Don't care. I don't know what that is.
Don't know what it is. My name is Migizi Penson. I'm an Anishinaabe from Red Lake and Ponca from White Eagle in Oklahoma. And it's been your honor, and I'm happy to have provided that. So, thank you very much, everybody.